Arata Kasuga was walking to school with his cousin Hijiri when he notices the odd color of the sun later that afternoon. He asks Hijiri about it, and it turns out that the Hijiri in front of him is just a projection. The world he lives in is his own creation, and the real city is long gone due to some natural disaster. Lilith Asami has proposed Arata either die or let the grimoire die, but he chooses none and decides to become a mage and save Hijiri. Just like that, he enters the Mage Academy, on the first day of which he gets popular as a demon lord because of his powerful grimoire. The headmaster of the school recommends him to learn under the Trinity Seven, a group of highly capable females. Lilith is a part of Trinity Seven and was showing him around the school when they encounter Levi Kazama, an expert in ninja arts. She was teasing Lilith when they see two more members down the window, Ecchi Fudu and Miria Mana. In the shower, Arata encounters a girl who looks exactly like Hijiri, but she's extremely unusual compared to her. He runs out and bumps into Lilith, and it turns out she's another member named Erin Kanazuki. Arata thinks there is some connection between her and Hijiri and would investigate it as he goes. School is boring no matter what school it is. Arata could barely keep his focus, but he's more concerned about why Erin is following him around everywhere. He finally confronts her and finds that she is supposed to be his wife, and she is just keeping an eye on him since he's the demon lord. But she leaves without explaining what she means exactly, leaving Arata hanging. Later, Lilith, Levi, and Selena were in Arata's room to interview him, where he asks about his grimoire only to find out that is a legendary artifact that none has seen. Just when they were discussing what theme it is, a barrier traps him inside the room with no way of getting out. Arata is chill as a cucumber, but things turn critical when all the girls need to use the restroom urgently, so he tricks his grimoire to get them out of the barrier. It turns out Erin was the one behind the barrier since she wanted to test the capability of her supposed husband. Later she activates her thema and forces Arata's grimoire to go out of control, which causes everything around them to reduce to nothing. Lilith attempts to kill Arata, but Erin stops her. Just then Akio and Mira barge in through the wall, neutralizing Arata's breakdown and annihilating him. Since they messed up the school quite a bit, the headmaster has given everyone a short vacation on an island, looking back to the disaster. Akio kicked Arata, but luckily he had entered another pinky world where he found a girl named Kirata. She shows him the situation of the real world and tells Arata the way to stop the breakdown phenomenon, which is to choose a thema according to the 7 deadly sins. Arata thinks hard and finally figures it out. He goes back with the help of Yue. He chooses a theme of control and dissipates all the flowing magic in the area. Although it solves the problem at hand, it also causes everyone's clothes to rip to pieces. They go overboard with teasing Lilith and barely manage to escape death. After that, Levi and Selena find Arata in Lilith's room and think that they're being naughty, but of course, that's not the case. Since they all are together, they went to bathe together. On their way to the hot spring, Arata comes to know that Yue is also one of the Trinity, while one of them is still missing. In the bath, Arata begs Lilith to show him her magic so he can figure out a thing or two about his own thema. Although it looked impossible at first, he was able to pull it off in just one go and makes a weapon using Lilith's magic. It turns out that he has the thema to copy everyone's magic. The school is almost repaired and everyone is back to business. Arata and Lilith enter the class for the lecture and find everyone asleep. Just then Levi shows up and they head to the headmaster. It turns out that it's another breakdown phenomenon, but the cause this time is not Arata, but Yue. She is sealed in the dungeon below the school, so all the available Trinity Seven went to solve it before it gets out of hand. The security team's job is to execute the source to stop the phenomenon, so Arata and the others go on their own to get to Yue before the security team. They encounter some demons in the dungeon, but Arata could not use his magic as he did before since there is no basic concept known to him. Levi slashes all the demons single-handedly and makes way for them. The security team catches up to them on the last floor, and Levi suggests stopping them there, so Arata can get to Yue and save her. But as soon as he encounters the phantom dragon, his own grimoire starts to lose control. Levi and the security team reach a temporary truce and back Arata up. Levi gives him a few pointers and Lilith helps him understand spells. After a few moments, Arata uses all the knowledge given to him and imagines a gun in his hand. He rushes in and with a single shot eradicates the dragon. Levi is happy deep down to see that Yue is fine and astonished to see Arata's growth. Arata did not expect that the mage school would also have PE lessons, but he absolutely does not mind the view. During his daydreaming, Levi and Akio decided to pick where they lift off, and soon Erin and Yue join in. Since Yue seems to be the most powerful, she sends everyone to different dreams. There she thanks Arata for saving her and waking her up. They shake hands and become friends just like that. That night another breakdown phenomenon gets detected, and although everyone suspects Yue and Arata, this time it's someone else. Later in the classroom, Levi tells them about a library rumor where one of the twin sisters disappeared and often gets seen walking in the hallways. Just when Arata gets to the library to help investigate the case, they all get teleported to a ruined space. A girl that looks exactly like Selena attacks them out of nowhere. She tries to steal Lilith and Mira's powers, but gets cut off by Levi and Ecchi. Turns out she's Selena's twin sister who went missing from the library. Lieselot Sherlock, also one of the Trinity Seven. She has betrayed the school to follow the path of darkness. Selena tries to save Arata once, but gets caught in the second attack. She gets bitten by her sister, resulting in her magic getting stolen. And now that Lise has Selena's magic, she herself has become the Demon Lord candidate. Now that it's revealed that Lise is also a Demon Lord candidate, Arata comes forward to fight her. She evaluates him and offers him to join her, and she will help him save his cousin faster. Arata was almost tempted by the offer. Taking advantage of his confusion, she kisses him, stealing all of his magic power. Lise is more powerful than ever now, so she tries out Arata's magic and rips everyone's clothes. Mira and Levi team up to attack her. Levi keeps her busy while Mira does a scan for the spell, and once the spell is done, she launches a big attack, destroying everything around them. But it's not that easy to defeat Lise. On the other hand, Selena is in a worse condition, so despite his magic being stolen, Arata stands to fight her. At that moment, Lise feels something strange and Levi attacks her with her incredible speed, cutting her wings one by one. Deeming herself at a disadvantage, Lise teleports them back to the library. After this situation, Mira decides to train Arata with Ecchi before Lise returns. They are going to take a little shortcut, meaning that Arata has to figure out everything while fighting Ecchi. Soon after, Lise attacks the school again without warning, and with all the Trinity Seven with their magic drained, can't do much, which leaves the headmaster and the staff to defend the school. Lise appears before the headmaster and challenges him to steal his magic power, but he is stronger than she had imagined and had her freeze on her feet without lifting a finger. Although the headmaster's presence is enormous, Lise has a way to use his pervy side to her advantage and kicks him out the window. On the other hand, Arata's training is still in progress when they sense another breakdown phenomenon. It's clear that it's Lise. Just then, Arata's grimoire tells them that she already has copied Ecchi's magic and turned into a girl. Meanwhile, Lise attacks the recovery room where Selena and everyone else were. Selena tries to persuade her to come back, but there's no turning back for Lise. She attempts to take everyone's magic so she can fight the headmaster head-on, but Arata jumps in before anything goes wrong. Apparently, he has mastered Ecchi's magic and has inherited her powers, and now is ready to face her with his grimoire Sora. To take Lise's magic, all he has to do is touch her chest, but it's not so easy with Lise's speed. During the fight, Lise finds out that her magic does not affect Arata, and so she executes her special technique which freezes time. She proposes him to give up his power or else she'll take it by force. Arata whacks his mind and decides on a motion to sharpen his magic, but before he could attack, Lise freezes his time as well. However, Arata has put the magic on his tongue, and when she kissed him, her magic was taken from her. Arata tries to persuade her to come back to the school for the sake of her sister and friends, but it's too late now since she is stuck in her space after using the special technique. On the other hand, the headmaster gets a report that the evil mages are on their way to attack the school. Arata is acting way too diligent with his studies so much, so that it made Lilith a little suspicious. They were having a discussion about how dangerous it can get if he is not careful with his magic when the headmaster summons both of them to the office. Mira and Ecchi were already there. Headmaster asks Arata to join the security team so he can learn faster and assigned Lilith as his teacher. They are all meant to depart a day after, so they relaxed and discussed everyone's archive. And Arata came to learn that everyone has an archive that is completely opposite to their personality. Later, after a long tutoring session with Lilith, Mira and Ecchi visits Arata's room to explain a few things about their mission, which is to investigate the Biblia Academy that was destroyed. Afterward, Lilith takes him to Hot Spring with a beautiful view as a reward. After a relaxed day, it is now time for the mission. The headmaster teleported them to the destination, but due to some interference, they end up teleporting to the Royal Biblia Academy and encounters a mage who is disguising as Hijiri. Mira attacks her, sensing unhuman magic, but the mage escapes, exclaiming to see them again. Once the elite fragment left, they continued their investigation by going around the building. It appears that the building is protected by some barrier. In fact, it was located in an entirely different dimension, and right now all three of them are stuck inside. Midway through, they run into some demons, but it turns out that they can't use magic inside the school, since Sora is an artifact and can use her magic. She stays behind while Arata carries Mira and runs to a vacant room. He hands her his ship and begins to formulate their plan. Arata suggests going alone to the core center, but Mira insists to accompany him. They reach the top of the clock tower only to find Sora blocked inside a queue. They face the elite fragment again, who calls herself Elia. She proposes to Arata to live with her in this dimension till the end of time and let go of everything else. To trap her and buy some time for Sora, he walks to her side asking her to let go of Mira. But it turns out that Ilia is already aware of their little trick and attempts to kill Mira while drawing power from Sora. Arata is bound to the pillar, unable to do anything. His demon lord manifests in this predicament, throwing Ilia completely off guard. Since the demon lord has taken over Arata's consciousness, he forces Ilia into her true form and causes the dimension to collapse. Sora and Mira team up to stop him, but he's way out of their league. Mira slaps the demon lord when he tries to get physical with her, awaking Arata's consciousness. Sora suppresses the demon, and they finally get Arata back. But since this world is about to collapse, they have no time for pleasantries. Arata thanks Ilia for everything she had done for him. Moved by this gesture, Ilia gives all her power to Arata, and the three of them combine their power to destroy the Dark Sun. Arata passes out as soon as they get out of the dimension. They regroup and let him rest for a while. Mira is certain that the one who attacked Biblia Academy is no other than Hijiri. When Arata comes around, he finds Hijiri sitting next to him. She tries to kill him since both of them are enemies now. But Lilith shows up just in time and separates them. But she is not enough, and since Arata doesn't have any more magic left, Lilith decides to protect him. Just when they were about to get hit, Erin shows up and blocks the attack. Mira and Ecchi are back as well, finding herself at a disadvantage. Hijiri tells them about their attack on the school and escapes. Now they have to get back to school before it's too late. While almost all the Trinity Seven are away, the school gets attacked by evil mages. Levi and the headmaster confront the evil mage, while Yui evacuates everyone into her dream realm. Although Levi is an extremely talented ninja, being unable to use her left hand put her at a great disadvantage. Plus, the enemy is far more powerful than her, so she tricks her and escapes with the headmaster. In the other dimension, Arata and the others discover the teleportation device broken and decides to repair it themselves if they want to get back in time. The headmaster heals Levi while they hide and attacks Lo again, but this time she pulls out all three of her mythical weapons, so naturally, Levi is no match for her. At this moment, Selena jumps in the fight and switches souls with Lise. Lise fights with Lug toe-to-toe, with Levi assisting her. They force her to lose her mythic one by one. Just when she was at a complete disadvantage, a portal opens and Hijiri comes through it. She asks Lise to reconsider her decision of choosing the light. Lise was pondering over it when another portal opened in Arata, and the others fall from it. Arata then faces Hijiri and claims to fight. Now that all the Trinity Seven are together, they all change into their battle gears to fight together. Above the commotion, the headmaster and Master Liber bets on who is going to win. With a few blows, they take down Lo effortlessly. But Hijiri is not that easy to take down. They attack her together with Erin as support. Playing her cards right, she aims for Erin, ignoring the others. Right then, Levi and Ecchi switch with her, making it a sneak attack. After that, Lilith and Arata launches a combined attack and successfully take her down. After they take Hijiri down, she told her the truth about how she saw Arata and the Trinity Seven destroy the world over and over again, and wanted to stop that and make a world where he can live a normal life. Arata promises her that he will take responsibility for everything and bring her back. She then disappears and turns into a gem that is in the possession of Master Liber to be used as an anti-demonic weapon. After everything is dealt with, Lilith takes Arata to a town where he asks to treat her to something as thanks. The other girls keep shadowing them all the way. They meet Mira and Ecchi at their job, and after lunch, Lilith tells Arata that even though he's a douchebag, they still love him. At that moment, Arata asks Lilith to close her eyes and presents her a charm necklace that protects the wearer from evil. The other girls come out of the shadows and admit that they were following them. Yui exclaims to be hungry, and they all went to eat together, while Arata wonders about Hijiri having fun together with them one day.